Hi folks, John with the Wingman 115 channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm kicking back out here in my backyard, set up a little studio. The roads are still snowed out where I normally go and film, but that's okay. We've been hit with just a crazy drought the past 7 or 8 years here in SoCal, and we desperately need that snowpack, so I'm not complaining about that. But with everything, the show must go on. This is a tag video from a good friend of mine. He's been a subscriber of mine for a long time. He threw out a tag in one of his videos. It's Matthew from AlaskanFrontier1. I'll leave a link to his channel down below. He wanted to know, and I'm gonna look at my show notes so I get this right, what my go-to knives are for bushcraft, tactical, and survival. Well, as you know, this is a gear review channel. And I've had the pleasure, the honor, and the privilege to test out a lot of gear. So I went through my catalog of videos and I pulled 3 knives that I thought would be great performers in each of those categories. And what I'm going to do is share them with you today. So without further ado, we're going to cut away. We're going to get the party started. First, let's talk about Bushcraft Blades. Now, there's a lot of just super awesome blades out there in just about every price point. Me, I keep going back to just basic stuff. The Moras, they just work. This one is the Mora Bushcraft Forest. I reviewed this on the channel. I just love this blade. It is a cold rolled stainless steel. Scandi grind, almost like a huge Scandi. Then it comes down into a modified where they've thinned out the blade. And this is just one tough knife. If you follow along on the channel, I'll cut away and I'll roll some B-roll here where I was batoning some oak tree limbs. And dried oak is just some of the hardest wood out there. This knife just handled it. It's a 4.3 inch long blade. It's got the friction grip handles. I found them to work really well. Just your hand feels really good with this blade. And I've used this off and on for quite a while. Price point, you just can't beat them. They're around 20, 25 bucks for this model. Got a nice molded sheath with a dangler belt loop on there. So all you dangler fanboys are gonna love this. Just an awesome piece of kit to have in your bushcraft setup. So my bushcraft selection would be the Mora Bushcraft Forest. I keep going back to this blade. It's just awesome. Now let's talk about tactical knives. When I think tactical, I think close quarters combat. You're in a forward serving unit. Stuff could go crazy town quick. You need your gear to be bomb proof. Now, in this video, I'm expecting to cover all the ranges. Now, if money was no object and you could just go out and purchase any knife, the knife I would purchase for a tactical operation would be the FirstEdge 5150. This knife is just a beast. Made out of Elmax. It is 11 inches long. The cutting edge is 6 inches long. It's almost 3/16 of an inch thick. It is 0.210 thick. And I just love this design. G10 scales. The ergos on this knife are just awesome. And you just know that the way that the design of this blade is, that if somebody has Kevlar body armor, I mean, it's going right through there just like butter. So my pick for a tactical blade would be the FirstEdge 5150. I'm just thinking if money is no object, it's a little bit pricey. It's in the $300 range, but I've really worked this Elmax steel. And I am just impressed with Elmax, how tough it is, how resilient, edge retention. It's just great. So, tactical pick, FirstEdge 5150. Now, on to my survival pick. My survival pick is probably going to be a curveball for a lot of folks. A lot of folks out there are probably thinking that I was going to choose the Tops Tahoma. Andy Tran is a great friend of mine. That is a great knife, but this knife just it pulls on my heartstrings. I just love this blade so much. And this is one of those blades that is just a workhorse. This is the Habilis BushTool. I've reviewed it on the channel, and I just keep coming back to this blade. This blade is made out of 1095 high carbon steel. You can get this blade now in either 1/8 of an inch or 3/16 of an inch thick. It is a brushed satin, gun-blued finish, and I've used this blade quite a bit, and it is just resilient. It just keeps coming back for more. G10 scales, they're just contoured perfect for my medium-sized hand. Bow drill divot and a little ferro rod striker channel down the center with a 90-degree spine. It's just a workhorse. Awesome blade for survival bushcraft. I just know, especially the 3/16 of an inch, that you can abuse the heck out of this knife, and you're not going to have a problem with it. It's going to last you many, many years. Whether you're trying to get out of a dicey situation or you have just harvested an elk, deer, Cape buffalo if you're in Africa, wherever you may be, I just love that recurve design. It's going to be an awesome skinner, cutter, batoner, slicer, dicer, bad mamma jamba, Katie bar the door. The Habilis BushTool is going to take care of it. So, the 3 knives in my lineup, I go across the gambit. 1, affordable bushcraft. My tactical is a little high on the price range, but with LMAX, you're talking about, if your life depends on it, that knife is as close to bomb-proof as you're going to get. So just like Jurassic Park, I would spare no expense with that if I'm going to use that in that sort of environment. And the survival knife with the Habilis BushTool. Katie bar the door. Boom! Those are my 3 picks. Folks, I hope you enjoyed this little drive down bushcraft, tactical, and survival lane. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, folks, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button. It helps the channel. And as always, folks, I'll see you on the next video. Take care.